Alright guys, welcome back to part 2 of the video. Where were we? Looking at that Deathless Behemoth. So sacrificing 2 Scions, return it from my graveyard to my hand. Activate this ability only anytime you could cast a sorcery. So it'd be a recast for 6, but it'd be graveyard recursion. And that's the only thing that I don't have right now. This is like a 50-50 if I even run it. I know this is going to be a definite because it's going to help me search for cards. Conduit of Ruin is a very good card. It's always been a very good card. When it casts, search your library for a colorless creature with converted CMC 7 or greater. Reveal it, then shuffle your library and put that card on top of it. The first creature spell you cast each turn costs 2 less. So if it costs 2 less, then I can go ahead and, let's say that I don't have Morphon out, I can go ahead and play Bruna for, you know, her CMC if I don't have Joda or Morphon at the same time. Because either or, it's going to slow me down. So, Deathless Behemoth is a maybe. Kozilek's Pathfinder is definitely a maybe removal when it comes to extra cards. Morphon's definitely sitting in here. So is Bruna, because without Bruna, Gisela is useless. 5 life gain might be very important in this deck because creatures do tend to die so easily in this deck. Everybody wants to burn down the Eldrazi. Nobody wants the Eldrazi to live. At the beginning of your turn, reveal the top card of your life. Okay, so this is the one that I'm going to also use because I'm going to possibly do this with a Desolation Twin combo. So this is like a third win con. So basically, currently there's 2 well, 3 or 4 that exist in this deck. I'm trying to keep it open. So the main things I'm going to do is going to be burn. The first thing is going to be burn. The whole thing is going to be creatures entering, dealing damage. The minute they enter, then I can tap the freaking right here, the Nettle Drone, and then sling damage to people. Keep untapping and slinging damage. Now the next thing that we got to do is with a Barrage Tyrant, we got to throw those creatures at people. So what that whole ability is it's going to be playing the creature, throwing the creature, playing the creature, throwing the creature, pinging for damage at the same time. Now with the Molten Nursery out and the other card out that I specifically showed you there, the Flare Drone and all that, what that'll do is it'll provide me enough damage. Now this says deals damage to target creature, but I wish it was out target player, it would have been better. But if we go from there and keep pinging, then that'll work. Now the reason that I keep choosing ingest cards is because if we do ingest and we use these big creatures, we can remove those cards from exile later in the game and go ahead and make the creatures bigger or do crazy effects. Now that Deceiver has been kind of justified, I know it's weird. Deceiver's whole thing is with a Conduit of Ruin. We go ahead and we play the Conduit, then we play the Deceiver, we fetch for a Desolation Twin or a Spawn Sire, and then go to combat with a bunch of 1/1s, and we reveal a 7/11 or a 10/10. And everything becomes 7/11s or 10/10s. And if I play the Desolation Twin, it's going to be a 10/10 that brings out 10/10s. They become copies, so they basically create a bunch of these old folks. So, next thing. I'm going to say it now. Instant speed, this is good. These are both good. So these are going to stay, guaranteed. Even though one's highly cost devouring, the other one is not as much. Even though this is a 7 CMC, Not of This World is good. Because if you have a 7 or greater, power 7 or greater creature, it's free. Scour from Existence is a instant exile target permanent. So what this is an instant speed, but I could replace it with the Swords to Plowshares. But I'm not going to replace it with the Swords to Plowshares. Because what this can do is at high end towards the game, it's just, hey, throw you out of existence if I want to. Now here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe remove it for that, but I'm not sure yet. So we've already got 3 removals guaranteed. Next on the list is part of the help towards getting more mana, getting into the effects of surviving more. So for 8, we got a Vorniclex, Voice of Hunger. I'm definitely keeping this because it'll tap for extra mana. And then force their lands to not untap. It's going to generate salt, but it's going to be a late game play. Or it's going to be early game play, and it's going to get ridiculous. I'm going to say Eldrazi Devastator's definitely out. Because even though he's at 8-9 with Trample, he's not as good. I'm going to say It of the Horde Swarm's got to go because it wasn't that good. Breaker of Armies is going to stay because that's just going to be a good card for forcing people to block a 10-8. Top of its owner's library. Be nice for 7 because it's only 7 on the merge cost. I just realized that, so we got to add a blue and a green. All right, Void Winnower's staying. That's just a given. That's staying as well. Artisan of Kozilek is very broken. What it allows me to do is whenever I cast this spell, I can return target creature card from my graveyard to the battlefield. So I can bring back something that will help me later on. Any later on, I'll be freaking dead, but the whole goal is to stay alive. Next thing, Spawn Sire and Desolation Twin. Spawn Sire and Desolation Twin are 2 very good cards. I would say keep them. Now you'll see why I choose to keep the Spawn Sire and the Desolation Twin. But first we have to count how many creatures we have. Because we got to dwindle this down. I can already tell it's too high. So we've got 2 here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here total. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So we're just going to remove these. We're just going to consider these out right now. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 creatures. All right. So we've officially ruled out wastes. So that rules out wastes from our library because we don't need these to function. Because we don't need Walker of the Wastes in here. Even though Walker of the Wastes is a good card, he's not really going to help me survive, per se. He's a nice trampler, but you'll see why I don't need him, really. Okay, so we're looking at 30 plus 20. If we did 30 lands, this is just a hypothetical. We'd be at 58, 59 cards. So we're going to leave spells as instants, sorceries, and enchantments. I'm going to count those as spells. Artifacts are going to be the thing that we're going to look at after we look at this. Now, in terms of spells, I guarantee this stack is coming with us. This stack is all the tutors that I paid for. This is like $100. I hope this works for us. If not, we're basically going to be struggling. But I'm going to try my best to use these, because this is going to help a lot. So 8 right there. Target creature equal to the number of creatures you control, which I'll be getting a lot of. So there's 8 there, so there's 9 there now. Molten Nursery is a given, so that's 10. Fight and this are going to be good, so that's 12. I'm thinking which one I should do here. How about I keep the red and get rid of the black? So we'll go to 11 black. All right, so that's that. We already know all these are going in. All right, so let's take a look at these. Because we're looking at 5 next. All right, so. Because we're adding 2 to that. So let me take a look at how many we have right now. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we're at 15. 16. 17, 18. Getting rid of Witness the End. So it's another black down, so it's down to 10. And I could say we could replace Scour from Existence with another card. I'm coming back. I gotta come back to this now. Keep it. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 instant sorceries, enchantments. Now what we're going to do is, once I take a journey over to the calculator after I do all this, we're going to go ahead and see how much we got here. Definite adds, because I'm going to need them. It's Eldrazi. We're going to add Arcane Signet. I have a promo sitting over there. Don't worry about it. A Horizon Stone. So that way we can save all the mana tapped with Vorniclex. A Soul Ring. A Thrawn Dynamo. This I thought would be freaking hilarious. But I don't think I'll be able to use it. I believe a Mirror Box would be good. And not that. Let's also grab all these and take a look here. I believe the Hedron Archive. And that's it. That's all I really have for right now. Alright, so let's see how many artifacts that is. 6. Now, possibility of adding these. Let's see. They don't tap for 3 is the problem. I'm gonna say seven. Now there's a reason that I have 7 on that list, because we're adding the dampening sphere. Now, the reason we're adding a dampening sphere, I know this is evil, is because if a land taps for 2 or more mana, it produces colorless instead of any other mana type and amount. Now what this will do is, because I'm mostly running devoid spells, I could store devoid mana. And that'll increase every spell a player casts for each other player. Whereas I'll have all that mana stored with the Horizon Stone, they won't. And then it's going to be insanely overpowered. Now I've got to do all the math on these here, calculate how many lands I can have, and then we will come back for part 3.